You never get to choose how your story starts, but you do get to choose what kind of story it becomes. One day, a woman on the west side of Chicago went into labor. She couldn't make it to the hospital, in pain, alone, panicked. She made it to a nearby fire station, and that's where she gave birth to me. I was born in a fire station, no doctors, no sterile delivery room, just courage, chaos, and an introduction to challenge from my very first breath. People love a good underdog story, but when you are the underdog, it doesn't feel like a story. It feels like survival. I was born in a fire station, but that wasn't the hardest part. I started my journey in life in a housing project called the Ickies on the south side of Chicago. Drugs in the hallways, guns and gangs, no safety net, no fairy tale. And my mother during that time was addicted to drugs. So I moved from foster home to foster home. And all 7 different women had their hand in raising me. 7 different views, 7 different definitions of love. And you know what? I could use all of that as a reason to fail, as an excuse to quit, as a shield to hide behind. But I don't. I don't use being born in a fire station as an excuse to burn out. I use it as a reason to burn bright. I don't use growing up in the projects as a reason to play small. I use it as a launch pad to dream bigger. I don't use having my mother who battled addiction as an excuse to numb my own pain. I use it as a reason to heal. I don't use bouncing between foster homes as an excuse to be unstable. I use it as motivation to build a home my children feel safe and secure in. I didn't finish college, but I started a business because I decided that my story wasn't going to end the same way it started. Listen, I've been afraid. I've been afraid of rejection. I've been afraid of failure, afraid of not being enough. But every time I get scared, one of the things I remember is Proverbs 28, verse 1. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. That means I don't run from challenges. I run toward them because I was born in a fire. And I now live with the fire burning on the inside of me. So let me ask you a question. How are you using your challenges? Are you using them as a reason to stop or a fuel to start? Are you hiding behind the pain of your past, or are you using it as proof of your power? Now, I'm not here to judge you, well, only on Tuesdays, but I'm here to remind you that there is no excuse today. None. And if I could come out of a fire station and step into purpose, so can you. Here are 3 practical ways you can stop using your past as an excuse and start building a future on purpose. First thing you want to do is reframe your story. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? I want you to ask, what did this prepare me for? You see, your past doesn't define you, it develops you. So you're going to write down 3 ways your most painful experience taught you resilience, creativity, or strength. So an example of this would be like, because I was raised in chaos, I now create peace for my children. Got it? The second thing you can do is create a new identity statement. Stop repeating those same old labels. Instead of saying I grew up poor or I've never had support, say I'm a builder. I create what I didn't have. I break cycles. Speak the version of you that you are becoming, not just who you were. And number 3, I want you to take 1 bold step daily, even if you're scared. Fear is real, but so is faith. But faith without works is dead. So start small. Apply for that job. Launch that business. Go to therapy.
Girl, say that again.
Go to therapy. Ask for help. Your past wants to keep you quiet, but progress comes from movement, even if it's messy. Now go. Do something with your story. I want you to leave a comment answering this question. What excuse do you need to let go of? You've been using this excuse for many, many years, and now it's time to stop and repurpose. Subscribe for more content on all things personal development. I also want you to join our community and email list, and the link is in the description of this video. Until next time, lead well, live real, and never make excuses for your greatness.